All right, today we're diving into one of the most powerful and honestly, one of the most dangerous tools in the retirement world, the self-directed IRA. This is an account that gives you incredible freedom, but it runs on a set of absolute ironclad rules. So let's peel back the curtain and really get to know what makes this thing tick. Have you ever looked at your retirement account, with all the usual stocks and bonds, and just wished you could invest in something real, something you actually get, like a rental property in your town? Or maybe even get in on the ground floor of a friend's new business. It's a pretty tempting idea, right? Well, guess what? With a self-directed IRA or SDIRA, you can do exactly that. But, and this is a big but, this is not your average retirement account. The freedom it gives you is matched only by how severe the rules are. Making a mistake here isn't like getting a parking ticket, it's like totaling the car. And that car is your entire retirement fund. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What in the world is this thing that lets you take your retirement savings way beyond Wall Street? A self-directed IRA is pretty much what it sounds like. It's an IRA where you call the shots, directing your money into alternative investments. We're talking about things like real estate, private companies, precious metals, even loans to other businesses. It basically unlocks this whole universe of investment options that you just can't get to with the standard brokerage account. And you can see the appeal, right? It lets you diversify your money into things that don't just go up and down with the stock market every day. It puts you in the driver's seat. And a really important point here, this isn't just a playground for the super wealthy. That's a huge myth. SDIRAs are totally accessible to a whole range of investors. But with all this power comes one single, overarching rule that controls every single thing you do. And honestly, if you can wrap your head around this one concept, you're more than halfway there to understanding how all of this works. This is it, the exclusive benefit rule. It's so simple, yet it's everything. It means that every single transaction, every investment, every penny in and every penny out must be for the exclusive benefit of the IRA itself. Not for you, not for your family, not for your business, only for the IRA. You gotta think of it like this. The IRS gives you this incredible tax break, allowing your money to grow tax-free or tax-deferred. But in return, they demand a strict separation. They've basically built this giant, impenetrable firewall between you and your retirement money. Any personal benefit, no matter how small or indirect, is seen as a crack in that firewall. And the stakes here are just massive. Breaking the exclusive benefit rule isn't a minor slip-up. It's a catastrophic failure. From the IRS's point of view, if you benefit personally, you might as well have just cashed out the whole account. And this one core idea is what leads to all the specific rules we're about to cover. So if the exclusive benefit rule is the map, then prohibited transactions are the landmines scattered all over that map, and stepping on just one can blow up your entire retirement strategy. So the IRS is actually super specific about a few things that are completely off limits. Your IRA cannot own collectibles. So sorry, no buying that fancy piece of art or a vintage wine collection. It also can't own life insurance policies, and it can't own stock in what's known as an S corporation. These are the hard and fast, don't even think about it zones. Okay, so beyond what your IRA can't own, there are things you simply can't do. And the biggest one is called self-dealing. This is basically any situation where you are on both sides of a deal with your IRA. You can't sell something you own to your IRA. You can't borrow money from your IRA. And you can't provide any services to your IRA's assets. So let's look at a classic real-world question. Say your SDIRA owns a rental house and a pipe bursts. You're pretty handy, so you think, hey, I'll just go fix it myself and save the IRA the cost of a plumber. That sounds like a smart move, right? You're saving the account money. But it's a huge no. By doing the work yourself, what the IRS calls sweat equity, you are providing a personal benefit. Yes, the IRA saved money, but it only saved money because you personally got involved. That breaks the exclusive benefit rule. You have to hire a totally unrelated third-party plumber to do that work. This brings us to the next critical piece of this whole puzzle. It's not just about what you can't do, it's also about who you can't do it with. The IRS has a very specific list of people you need to stay away from. They call these people disqualified persons. And basically, it's anyone the IRS thinks is too close to you to have a fair, unbiased, arm's-length transaction with your IRA. The whole point is to prevent you from getting an indirect benefit by, say, giving a sweetheart deal to a family member.
And this list is way broader than most people think. Of course, it's you and your spouse, but it's also your direct family line, up and down. We're talking parents, grandparents, kids, and grandkids. And get this, it even includes the spouses of your kids and grandkids. It also covers your financial advisor and any company where a disqualified person owns half or more.
So let's try another real-world scenario. Your daughter's off to college, and you have this great idea. I'll have my SDIRA buy a condo near campus for her to live in. It seems perfect. The IRA gets a great investment property, and your daughter has a nice place to live. Sounds like a win-win, doesn't it? But it's 100% a prohibited transaction. Your daughter, as your lineal descendant, is a disqualified person. Her living there is a massive personal benefit. The rule here is absolute. No disqualified person can use an asset owned by your IRA. They can't live in it, they can't vacation in it, they can't even stay for one night. Okay, we've talked about the rules. We've hinted at the consequences. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What actually happens if you break a rule? And, more importantly, how do you make absolutely sure you never, ever cross that line?
This is not a subtle penalty, folks. If you make a prohibited transaction, the IRS doesn't just reverse that one deal. No, they can disqualify your entire IRA. The whole thing is treated as if you just cashed it all out on January 1st of the year that you messed up.
Now just think about what that really means. You would owe ordinary income tax on the entire value of the account, all in 1 year. On top of that, if you're under 59.5, you're going to get slapped with a 10% early withdrawal penalty. For a big account, this is a financially catastrophic event. It could literally wipe out decades of your savings in an instant.
So how do you navigate this minefield and stay safe? Well, first, you do exactly what you're doing right now. You educate yourself. You have to know these rules inside and out. Second, the easiest way to stay out of trouble is to only do business with completely unrelated third parties. And third, and this is probably the most important, get professional help. Work with a custodian or an advisor who specializes in this stuff and truly gets all the complexities. Look, the self-directed IRA offers an incredible amount of flexibility and a real chance to build wealth outside of the traditional stock market. But that power requires discipline and a serious understanding of the rules. So the final question is one that only you can answer. After weighing all the risks and all the rewards, is this powerful, high-performance tool right for you?